Okay, so battling on. Had cause to block and report a idiot called Mike Young. Like to troll on the comments on two of my videos, going on about meat, knowing full well I'm vegan and an animal activist. Anyway, plenty of fools and idiots like him in this world, I know already. So I've been out on activism again today. I've been to my local vegan cafe, pop-up cafe, which lifted me. Had some conversations about stuff that matters, the environment, particularly at the moment. And on the way home from the activism by the roadside afterwards, workmen were there, and I pretty much guessed correctly they're there to chop some trees down soon to make way for a cycleway. Yeah. There's just some evil stuff going on behind the scenes here. I've emailed them already to give my point of view in no uncertain terms. They're going to chop some trees down, and this is the reason they gave. Talk about absolutely moronic in this time when we're all facing an earth crisis because of human destruction of the environment. Yeah. So their reason why they've got to chop some lovely trees down is because, the trees hang over and get in the way of people walking along the pavement. Now, I've been walking along that pavement for the past 18 months on roadside activism, both sides of the road. And yes, occasionally they have not come along and trimmed the greenery, and it is difficult to walk along the pavement. However, all that's needed is to employ somebody to come along and trim the bits that have grown downwards. It's not that much. In fact, eventually they were trimmed back and everybody could walk along the pavement perfectly well again. But no, they've got to fell the trees. The stupid woman who pretended she was all highly qualified in her yellow jacket. Sorry, but I was nice to her at the time, but I have no respect for these people. No respect whatsoever. I'm more qualified than that stupid girl that was pretending she knew, that thought she knew, that she knew best what to do. So she is planning to chop down some lovely trees, disturbing masses of wildlife in the process, taking away the shade for people walking along the pavement. That's quite a big one, actually. There's no shade in this stinking town. Hardly any shade whatsoever to be had anywhere, unless you walk up beside the buildings in town, but no natural shade. They've taken all the trees away. That piece along the main road was effectively the only place you could go and walk in the shade on a hot day. I say was because they're going to take the trees away. They say they're going to plant some new trees. What's the point in planting some new trees? You're taking some trees away and planting some new trees, which will be twigs and saplings, by the way, not trees. They're going to plant some hawthorn and stuff like that, the other side of the sort of mound that's there. So they won't be providing shade ever, actually, because they're not going to be as big as the trees that are there. All for the sake of a tiny bit of manpower to go along and trim the trees. I could have done it myself. I nearly did. And then I thought, I might get told off for damaging the plants. Oh, what a fucking joke. Damaging the plants. They're about to decimate the only decent bit of greenery in the whole of Gillingham. The excuse is because the little bits hang down and get in the way of people. What a council full of morons. Not just morons, but destructive people of Mother Earth. They are the people who are causing the Earth catastrophe that we are all facing. They are ignorant bums. And they'll probably say, oh, yes, but people want a cycleway there. We're widening it for the cycleway as well. I'm sorry, but hardly anybody cycles along there. And anyway, I can see, and I'm not an engineer, that they could just push back on a little bit of the grass on the side of the pavement, which has overgrown the concrete anyway. If they pushed it back, there would be concrete underneath already. They've let it overgrow, and that's why the pavement's not quite wide enough. So if they did that, they could easily have a cycleway both sides, not have to take any greenery away, just the grass. Who needs the grass? But the wildlife needs the trees. In truth, I hate the people who are going to be responsible for this destruction of the nicest part of Gillingham. Yes, it might be along the main road, but it is a lovely part of Gillingham, and you can be sure that people will miss it as they drive along the main road there. It's the only decent place in Gillingham. Everywhere else is just trashy little buildings by the side of the road, and nothing's been planned properly. It all looks pretty horrible. It is not a pretty town. It is the opposite of a pretty town. It is an ugly little town, and it's because of morons in the council. No vision, no imagination, no sense, no compassion, nothing good whatsoever. So that's what's happening in a nasty little town called Gillingham in Dorset in the UK. And by the way, I have, no one's joining me on the activism. I think I've been out there 3 times now with my placards about joining me. All the people this morning at the pop-up cafe is supposed to be an environmentally a pop-up cafe about recycling and environmentally friendly goods and vegan cakes there. Nobody, not even the people I spoke with, not an inkling of interest in standing for 1 second, not one tiny interest to stand with me for 1 second for Mother Earth and the animals. And these are people, a lot of them, who go to church because it's in the vicarage hall. I'm sorry. Maybe a few people don't like me saying this, but it's all the truth. So they're going to let me stand at the side of the road on my own, like I have for 18 months, standing up for the animals as it was first, and now for Mother Earth as well. Not for human beings. I'm looking forward to human beings being extinct, all except the indigenous peoples. They have not lost their way. They are part of Mother Earth, same as the animals and the plants. Civilized people, let's get rid of them. Includes me. Yeah, I'm part of it. I don't want to be here. I'm sick of it. I hate civilized humans. So yeah, there's going to be a big reason either why I change my activism strategy, because I won't want to walk along the road there with no trees. How evil are they? those people. Or I move. I am actually trying to move. It's very hard to find somewhere that actually looks like it's worth living. Destruction everywhere. No shade anywhere as you walk around. No trees. You have to go somewhere really expensive for that kind of thing. Anyway, enough said for now. Yeah, I think enough said for now. I'll go and see if I can find a suitable thumbnail for this. Yeah. Bye-bye.